So guys, will you like the video? Give me thumbs up. Give me more views. And to make sure y'all to subscribe me. So yesterday, I'm gonna tell you what happened with my friend Brandon. So yesterday, so what happened was, so I'm gonna tell you what's exactly what happened. So yesterday, right? um, so but I went to his house, right? And Brandon, and he was so happy to see me yesterday. The reason why he's happy to see me yesterday, and he never heard from me, and seen me in a long time. So that's why he don't see me all a couple of days. So after that, and Brandon told me, he was like, "Damn, do you want to play basketball?" And I thought, "Oh yeah." And he was like, "Okay, let me get my stuff ready." So I told him, "Okay, so when I was waiting for him to come, right?" And he told me that he was ready. So what happened was, after we played basketball for a little bit, and we went inside. How about that? And Brandon was playing the game, right? And after that, um, he was playing Fortnite. He was playing Roblox yesterday, right? So after that, uh, and Brandon saying, "Hey, he was getting Ansky right now," and I told him, "Can I start asking too?" And he talked about that he's not gonna give me anything, and he's saying that he's not gonna share with me. And I'm just like, wow. So after that, so after that, um, so what he was playing the game, right? And Brendan, he's a gamer, but me, but I am, but I am a gamer, but I don't play a gamer as much, right? So what? So after when he was playing in the game, I was watching him playing the game. After that, so I'm talking around Brandon, and he was like drawing things. So he was drawing remote on the floor, and he got mad, and he was slamming at the door, and he was close the door uh, really hard. So he was like so upset yesterday, right? So I was like, what happened to him? So after that, because he thought like I did something wrong with him, and I was not doing anything wrong because I just relaxed and stay quiet and pay my game and no, and pay up and just listen to music on my phone. That's all. But but he's the one. He's the one make himself mad and feel angry yesterday. So Brett's father and his name is Richard. So Brandon father Richard and he told me to come on and he gonna take me home. The reason why he say he will take me home because he's saying that Brandon having pride right now and he got a bad attitude. And he's saying also that he's not in the mood. And I told Richard that I really understand that Brandon is not in the mood. So I said, alright. And he told me, and he said, do I want to take a pizza home? And I told her, yeah. And also he said, Jane, take a chips. You want chips? You like barbecue? And I told her, yeah. And I told her, thank you. So I was in the car, his car, and he was driving in the car. And taking me home. And he told me that and he really apologized what happened what Brandon is going through and stuff. And I told her that's alright. Yeah. So that's what happened yesterday. So but I'm not saying I try to be rude and disrespectful to him or anything, but I love him as a friend, you know? But I'm not saying Brendan is a good friend and he's a nice guy. I'm not saying that. He is a good guy and he's a good friend to me because I've been knowing him a long time. When when we was a teenagers and for a long time. When we was a child. when we was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. But now Brandon is 21 years old and I'm 21. Yes. So soon my birthday coming out soon. May 5th or on a Tuesday. Because the reason why my birthday is coming up soon because Tuesday is the last day of March. And Wednesday is the April. So after April and May, because April got shorts day. So after April, May, and it's my day. So I'm gonna be 22 years old. And Brandon is May 1st. And that's on Friday. So he gonna be the same age with 22 years old too. No, but the reason why, like, I want to express myself, my feelings, what happened yesterday at his house, and that's why that I am getting. That's why I am. I tell. That's why I tell. I. That's why I tell the um advice. Yeah, the reason why I gave. That's why I gave him advice and let her know that's what I feel and that's what I felt. Because this is why Brendan. I just don't know what is wrong with him. But I don't know. But Brendan, but he gonna have to get himself together. Because if he don't, then I'm not gonna come to his house no more. Until he calmed down. Because I'm not gonna be doing this. And to come over. I come over. And so I watch him to watch him acting up. Then out of control. And I don't have no time for that. At the type of games, playing games for him because Brandon has to learn. He need to learn. You know. But I'm not saying and trying to hurt his feelings. I'm not saying that. And also, I'm not saying if he's mature. He had maturity. He got better. It's just like you know what it is. Maybe maybe like he's upset about something. What? Why? I don't know. But it's okay. It's okay to get upset. It's okay. But not just him. Everybody get upset sometimes. Because it's okay to get upset. The way you act, your emotions. Like, when you get upset, don't just stone things, then bang things, and destroy the house. But him, he was destroying his remote on the Xbox One, and he was throwing it at the floor, and it closed the door really hard. That he can't do that. Grown men don't do that. Men just talk it out. That is a real man do. Men talk it out. You know, like me. Like me, a long time ago, I used to do things like I'm gonna give an example. Like I used to do. So I used to kick at the walls, right? And that's a lot of it. It kicked at a wall, and that's why my parents that had to pay for it. Had to pay for it. So so yes. So now and I got better and I had changed my ways because everybody is really proud of me that I'm doing so well. I'm doing much better now. Yeah, so that's what I do. When I get upset sometimes and when I feel like sometimes I could be miserable early in the morning, or I feel crumbly, or I feel and I feel down early in the morning, right? While I get upset when people saying something that I don't like, I don't never, ever. I do not ever do things, like kick things. No, I don't. I just talk it out because that's grown men do. Talk it out. Just sit down, have a discussion, how you feel. But that's why I getting that's why I having device right now. That's what Brandon should do. Yeah, that's what he should do. Will he get upset again? What he don't like? Is something's wrong? You talk it out. Talk to you have to talk to somebody. Have a discussion and sit down. Let them know how he feels. But don't just man get mad. But he can get mad, but it's okay to get mad. But the how he acts, his emotions, because he can't just do things and close the door and really hard and slam the door and close the door. Because that is not gonna make no any sense. Like like he did like he did that. He's not acting a grown man. A 21-year old. He's acting like a kid. That's kid stuff. This is why he needs to. But I'm not trying to say, try to make him feel down, bring him down. But I'm just saying, tell him something, get him to advice as a friend. Will you get upset? And will you feel a type of way, whatever you're going through? Where he's struggling things, what after what he going through, still you have to talk about it. You have to talk it out. Don't doesn't mean you have to kick things and doing things. Like, it's not right. Brandon is too grown for that now. He's too grown because he's old enough now. It, come on, you know. So will you like this video? Give me thumbs up and give me subscribe and just subscribe me and you know.